Good evening to all. So we are still waiting on a flurry of legal docs, mainly related to the upcoming motion in limine hearing, but in advance of that, I wanted to cover another critical piece of intel that also involves Ms. Dylan Mortensen. Why was the 911 call just filed into the court record by the state, and why do they also want to exclude it from being presented to jurors at trial? Let's get into it. To properly assess this topic, let's do a quick rundown of what we know to date. Sometime before noon on November 13th, we know Dylan called friends over to 1122 King, then a 911 call was placed. We don't know who all might have been inside 1122 King before cops arrived, but it is likely Dylan's phone that was used to place the call. It was widely reported very early on that a male, one of Ethan's friends, spoke to the 911 dispatcher and is on this recording. But we now know multiple people spoke to the 911 dispatcher, so there will be multiple voices on this recording, if admissible at trial. Surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly to most of us, we know the state has just filed the 911 call into the court record. Just so we're all on the same page here, I want to clarify what this means. It means this information, the 911 call, is being directly presented to the judge without being disclosed to the other side first. So the defense has factually not heard the 911 call yet. And most intriguing of all, it is the state that has factually filed a motion in limine to request to exclude this evidence and recording from being presented to a jury at trial. So will a jury find it odd if a 911 call is not presented to them as part of the collective evidence to consider in handing down a conviction and also possibly a death sentence? What does all of this intel and recent legal action possibly tell us? Taking a quote from Ms. Ann Teller at a hearing last year, what is the state trying to hide here? Is the state trying to hide something that might be damaging to their case against Mr. Kohberger? What might be on that recording? And even more intriguing, who is on that recording? And why does the state want it to be excluded from being presented to a jury at trial? Talk to me.